This is an evil laugh. Yes, burn the orphanages. So you're like, kick the cans, synchronize.
Hey everybody, Voice of God here. If you're enjoying this podcast, make sure to stop by our YouTube channel and subscribe. There will be more videos coming soon. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, well, what are you doing? You can listen to the podcast earlier on Spotify every Monday. You don't have to wait till Friday. Start your week off with Rockenstein Music Hour or Strip Club Etiquette or
Bad decisions.
Anyway, back to the show. We have Sam Keoki on. Well, synchronize your watches. This is the Rockenstein Music Hour.
What's up, everybody?
Yo.
It is Parker Rockenstein. Shut up, Sam. Haven't even introduced you yet. It's the Rockenstein Music Metal Hour extravaganza. We're going to have a fantastic day today. It's another beautiful day in sunny South Florida. It is currently frigid, which I love as a big, robust man. I am loving this cool weather. But as I was rudely interrupted by Sam, you know what, Sam, introduce yourself. What's up, Sam?
What's up,
Sam?
Everybody? Am I the only one that's here that's like holding my breath? I don't want my breath to be caught on tape. I'm like,
I love you
Parker.
because how many times I have to cut out his breathing noises?
Yeah, because you're supposed to talk, and then you got to either look left or right to exhale.
oh, I'm holding it.
Like, don't hold it, because you're going to end up just passing out one time. Like, I'm going to ask a question, you're going to just come over there and have a seizure. I'm like, well, that's the end of our interview for today.
Sorry,
And you
breathe.
just don't-
Really,
I'm
my
breathing
friend.
in like Kirby.
just
I'm like
breathing.
sucking in
Just
all
breathing.
the dust.
Just breathe it. Just breathe it.
Is it my turn?
So, how we doing, Sam, my man? How we doing?
Doing good. What about yourself?
You're finally on the podcast, baby.
I know, I've been waiting. There's a long wait list for this.
It's a long way. Yeah, man, we've been stacking guests and getting everybody over here. We're doing local guests. We're trying to just build up and promote everybody local, artists, photographers, anything pretty much that's cool, interesting from me and my brother Glenn over there. Mind you, again, shout out to Whiskey Brothers Records, Glenn Rockenstein, for producing this show as always.
Thank you for the shout out.
Yeah. And remember, guys, if you guys are interested and need some music recorded, or if you need to have some voiceover work or anything that requires a music engineer or audio engineer, please contact Whiskey Brothers Rockens. What is it? You do it better.
You contact us on Facebook on Whiskey Brothers Records. We have an Instagram. If you want to email us, it's whiskeybrothersrecords@gmail.com. Yeah, we do anything and everything. Even if you need photography or video, we got you.
We got it all, baby. We got it all. We're a jack of all trades, not just a master of one. We're just a jack of all. We just jacking everything. So, hey, Sam, my man. This is the Rockenstein Metal Show, Music Hour. Sorry, I keep confusing my old show from this one. But we like to talk about mainly music and all that stuff. And you used to be in music, my friend. You used to actually play with some actually heavy hitters back in the day with your band We Bled Victory, right?
Oh, we're going to bring that up.
Yeah, we're gonna
Some of the
bring
guys
that
from
up.
We Blood Victory is going to hear this and be like, why is he still talking about that?
Yeah. Oh, man. We Bled Victory, the stories he's telling me, that Sam's tells me We Bled Victory, oh my goodness. Shocked. Shook it. Those stories about chicken wings and groupies and where you would hide them, oh my goodness.
Yep, and that's how I joined We Blood Victory. I was that grouping.
Yep.
Any grouping can suck down a chicken wing, you can join We Blood Victory.
Yeah.
Suck down the chicken
You
wing.
had to suck down a chicken wing and you had to grab it with your brown eye. You had to be able to grab it and then dip it into the Blue Ranch.
Yeah.
The other guys are gonna hear and be like, I remember that time. That's how we met him.
Sam was the brown eye girl.
He is. He's the Simone with the most. So man, like playing music, man. Do you miss it? Because I know you do.
Sometimes when I go and I've been going to quite a few local shows lately, and when I see it, I think, damn, I wish I was up there, and what it would be like if We Blood Victory was now and this. I think we would like. I think
you guys would do good.
Yeah, I think we would do good.
I think you guys would kill it.
But I don't feel like the scene is like what it was. Like I feel like Saturday nights used to be like, damn,
Packed.
everybody's going to like Pompano Indoor Skate Park to watch whatever band is playing.
Yeah.
Now here it's like people come and see who they came to see. That's their friend,
and then they just jet out.
Yep, and I noticed that last night too.
That first band, they were good, but it's like, ooh, look, we're gonna have all those people. No, not necessarily.
Oh, I was looking for moms. When I saw them, I was like, all right, their moms are definitely here.
Oh, they were young.
Yeah, it reminds me of when. Actually, it reminds me of when I first started. I mean, I was never a big time musician or local guy, but when you play your first show that young, I assume those kids are probably like 20, so they're playing.
If that, man, I still think they got a 1 in front of their age.
Oh, I saw one of them drinking beer.
Well, I don't know. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of them, maybe.
I mean, they're playing shows a lot older than I was. I was like 16 playing shows. So
Yeah. I started out at 18, so.
On a quick side note, do you know that now the fastest way to find out if someone can drink is to see if they have a 1
Yeah.
in their birth date?
oh, is it?
Yeah.
2000s babies are drinking now.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
2000s. Yeah,
See?
2000.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
wow.
80s.
That's crazy, man.
80s.
80. I'm 80s.
I'm 80s.
He's 90s.
90s.
Late 90s.
I'm 96.
What is the 90s considered? Because if 80s is considered a millennium,
I'm super confused on this, and I don't think there's any hard and steady rules because I didn't think I was I thought I was a millennial. Then I read something that was like, no, I'm a Zoomer. But then Parker
Zoomer.
brought it up again, and now I'm a millennial again.
He's
So
a
I'm just kind
millennial.
of in limbo.
I
you
didn't know I
want
was
to
a
be
millennium.
you don't want to be a Gen Z right now because they're getting too much flack.
Well, then what's a 2000?
Gen Z is
Yeah, Gen Z is still
Gen Z,
2000.
oh, it's a
We're
retarded-
millennials. See, we're all millennials in this.
Am I allowed to say
So-
retarded on here?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we are.
Yes.
I feel like
Encouraged.
that's kind of like the retarded generation, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who
Wait,
like to eat.
Savannah might listen to
pots.
this. I have to calculate. All right, she's Gen Z.
Yeah, well, she because you got to think. They're the ones eating the pods, the Tide pods, and having about 60.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they thought they were so original. I was doing that during
Yeah,
Blood
like
Victory.
hey, we were choking. I mean,
You
shit.
guys want to talk? You guys
Shit.
started that.
We- I mean,
You
we
guys
wasn't
just
doing that.
filmed it.
Yeah,
Like,
you guys just had a little plastic pods. I was drinking it straight out of the freaking can.
Dude, straight up, man. If they want to do Tide Pods, we were choking down freaking big spoonfuls of cinnamon and seeing if we could try to breathe.
I remember one show we played in Tunica. No, not Tunica. We were on the west coast of Florida with a band called Green Haven.
Oh shit.
And I can't remember exactly where it was, but it's near Fort Myers, and we were playing a show, random show. We met them; they were cool guys, but they brought a pretty big crowd. It was all their friends, and afterwards, our big thing was going to Steak and Shake after every show.
Hell yeah.
I feel like every band did that. But you know, back then, everybody would be like, "Oh, after show, everybody's going to Denny's. Everybody's going to Steak and Shake." But I remember this one time, that band Green Haven was super cool, and I think it was like Chris Scudo, or I forgot his last name.
Yeah.
And what they did is we all went to Steak and Shake with their crowd of fans or friends or whatever it was, and there was one girl that was attracted to our keyboardist Phil, and she would have done anything to get with Phil. So we said
get filled in.
Yeah, to get filled in. Oh, that's what it is. Damn, we should have thought it
Filled in.
out to get filled in. What we told her she had to do was we had to make a custom shake, and she had to chug it. And we ordered a chocolate shake. We threw burgers in there, fries, salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard, a napkin, and just it was gross.
No.
And I was like, "There's no way." And there was like 30 of us there, and
that's
she
bullying.
chugged it. She chugged it.
Oh no.
Yep.
No gag reflex. I bet.
Yep. And that attracted Phil, and Phil's like, "I like girls that can swallow napkins. Let me
Well,
fill
they
her."
can
in."
swallow
my
a napkin.
God.
What
Yeah,
else can
yeah.
they swallow?
Are they married now?
Love at first sight. So that's your thing. Our thing for our bands that we do, we tend to apparently get like, well, after the show, it's usually Taco Bell or McDonald's. But when we get back to our hotel, we've done this every time we go on the road and like East Coast, West Coast, we break into the pool at our hotel after hours. So we'll get like a bottle and some beer, and we'll literally break into the pool after hours and just swim around and have fun and shit like this.
We would stay in motels that didn't have pools.
The these motels were at are highly questionable as is.
Oh, yeah.
Like I am not going under the covers to sleep in them. I am like literally sleeping on top, hands folded across my chest like I'm a vampire.
Well, when you guys did that, when you guys stayed in a motel as a band, did you guys all share a bed?
We shared a couple beds. Like all the boys would share 2 beds, and then Nova would get her own hotel room because she's a prima donna and she needs to have her own place because singers.
Man Musk.
Man must.
Ooh. See, we had something called the fun room.
I'm
I'm sorry, the fun bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a friend named Philip Anus. I think
Nice.
it's pronounced Anise,
Anise.
but we know him as Philip Anus, and and we would have this fun bed, and it was fun for Phil because he liked to be naked. And what he would do is we didn't have money to get our own room, so we'd push the beds together and be like 5-6 band members sleeping in a big bed. And he would be naked and he would go on top and start rolling on top of everyone. And you just feel him like whacking your side.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
Yep, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, so when it comes to us, we don't do that. But last time, and I'm probably going to, I'll tell you this, our new guitarist in our band, Ryan, love him to death, but I almost threw about everything in the hotel room at him because he is the loudest sleeper ever, snoring. And I'm like, motherfucker, shut up. I'm trying to sleep. It's killing me. But he is loud.
Sav says I do that too.
Oh, yeah?
But not crazy loud. I mean, I don't know, but because I've heard loud.
Yeah.
But she says I'm loud.
That's hilarious.
Just record it, and then the next time you're sleeping with them or whatever near them, just get a loudspeaker and play that recording through.
I just deny it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's not
I was
real.
like, what are you talking about? I was like,
Fake
I was like, how do you know it's not Kaylani?
Fake news.
Yeah, it's like, how do you know it's not her?
Oh, man, but I love the adventures of the
Kaylani,
music.
how do you know it's not the little girl
But
opposed to me, the big
It's
man?
like, what are you talking about? It could be
So-
either one of us. It might be even you.
when it comes to like the next day after their show, but our place to eat is Denny's. That's what we for some reason go to Denny's or IHOPs, whatever's closer. That's our place we go to after a show, like the morning after. So and we all just eat food and we just all gorge and then we go our separate ways.
Well, see you at the next show.
See you at the next show. Goodbye.
See ya, freaking hate ya.
Man,
Bye.
so I love like the shenanigans with shows, seeing people at shows, the funny little stupid things that we do. The things I also don't like is seeing when like the people play at shows and like they bring the crowd and their crowd just leaves right after their set.
Oh, that's the
Who
worst.
needs them?
That's
Screw him.
See, the thing is,
Play to the janitor.
you want the way I always saw it, whenever we would book shows back in the day, we tried to get We But Victory in the prime spot, which is like the middle. You have like an opener because nobody's there yet, and then you maybe have the second person is when the crowd starts to show up and really build up. But you want them to be the band that brought some people, but that's not the most amount. By the time it gets to the
very
third
selfish.
spot, yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, whatever happens after us, but you always want that primetime band that. But, I mean, shows now are super late. Like, last night was 10, 11,
Too
and
late.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
like you don't want to ever have the first spot and you don't ever want to have the last spot locally. You want it always to be in that middle. You want to be like the 2 and 3.
I think when you're, I don't know how new that band was last night, the Young Kids.
I think they were fairly new.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's just some, like, etiquette. I mean, the guitarist that you were talking about is very
Yeah,
cool.
he was a cool
chilled,
dude.
hung around. I mean, I didn't talk to him, but, I noticed stuff like that.
No,
he
he was
looked
a
like
cool
a
dude.
cool guy. I was like,
No,
I saw him walk.
he was very knowledgeable about music and guitars. He was very excited, and basically he was happy that I had like the same music taste as he did. Like he loved Polyphia, he loved Chan, he loved all the instrumental music. He was showing me how to play Polyphia. I'm like, dude, you're really good. I mean, and then he's playing with this pop punk band. I'm like, and they're good as for them. I'm like, wow, you're the best musician in this band right now.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty good. Their drummer was pretty damn good.
Oh
and I
yeah,
was
dude, their
impressed.
drummer is great. And I'll shout them out. It's Audio Crisis FL. If you find them on Facebook and all that stuff, just go check them out. If you like some good pop punk music with like breakdowns and just good vocals, they're really good. And then of course you got to check out my band, Ember's Dawn, because we're amazing, fantastic band. And then I got to shout out.
They're all right.
Sons of a Tradesman. If you like rock and roll, you'll love them. So Sons of a Tradesman, Audio Crisis, and Ember's Dawn.
I have to
bands
say,
to check out.
Audio Crisis, it's not my style, but they were pretty good. They seemed to just be in key and all together. The one thing they did was they did cover Blink-182.
Yeah.
And I would say I never saw someone separate a crowd to make The Wall of Death for
A Blink song.
our Blink song. So that was
All
the
right.
first for me.
hey, you know what? And it was funny. Did you see that one kid get yeeted across?
Oh, I saw it.
Like he got yeeted right across the freaking dance room. It was hilarious. Like it was like this giant versus Goliath situation, and the guy just got like tombstoned into the ground.
Oh, I was like, someone's getting kicked over.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. Let's get into a couple of the questions I have.
But before those questions, if you haven't already, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Bad Decision Show. You can find all the links to everything down below. And if you want to catch the newest episodes early, then follow our Spotify. We post every Monday. So, back to those questions I so rudely interrupted. Sorry, Park.
So what I was going to get back to before I was rudely interrupted, sir.
Got a plug, man.
I know you got to plug. Got to pay the bill some way, right?
Cash App at Rocky Glen. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, what I'm going to say is, like you said, you were in We Bled Victory. You played some shows with A Day to Remember and all that stuff. Can you take me back to that time and that process?
Well, we never played with A Day to Remember, but there was this promoter back from West Palm Beach named JJ.
I remember JJ.
Yeah, you know JJ?
I remember JJ.
I can't remember the name of his. Everybody had their own little records, back and then. It's like, oh yeah, we got signed to so-and-so records, but they were just like small, like indie things.
Yeah.
But I remember, and I want to say it was a JCC event, or there was some event we had. I don't remember which one in particular, but A Day to Remember was from Ocala, and they were an upcoming band, and we're going back in the early 2000s. And he's like, hey, can this local band open up from you from the Ocala? They're really good. They're upcoming. And we're like, nah,
No.
we're good.
No.
We don't want them. We don't know who they are. I mean, we weren't some big name band either or anything
But you're
like
like,
that.
hell no.
Yeah, I was like, I never heard of A Day to Remember. And JJ always had these bands that were just like random. And who knew this one would be the big one?
Oops.
Yep. Oops. So we're like, nah, we're good. We passed. And Day to Remember, I downloaded all their songs and
And you're like, damn, we should have played with them.
yeah, I could have had the credibility.
Yeah. I mean, I've played with some bands like that got really big, like the Contortionists.
I know who they are.
They were fun. The singer, who's no longer there, was pretty rude, but they're amazing live. Man, even back then they were amazing. But they're more like now. They're more in the sense of like Between the Buried and Me, with that very experimental feel it, and they're just so nice, so good, so tasty. So yeah, that's my experience with like playing with some bigger bands and all that stuff that opened up for like. We played with My Bitter End, which was a kind of a nominally big band.
They were
well-known.
My Bitter End was a local band, weren't they?
No, they were from I think Massachusetts.
I feel like I've seen them before.
They
Or
were
maybe I have some of their stuff
We
on.
used to play with them and Dead Will Rise when they come down here, and they were from like Michigan, I think. And that's the funniest thing ever with Dead Will Rise is I was in the deathcore scene and all that stuff, and I was listening to like talking to their singer from Dead Will Rise, and he showed me all their lyrics. I'm like, these are awesome lyrics, and I'm like, and all this stuff. And then we played the show, and he legit did like breeing the whole entire set, and I'm like, those are great lyrics, but he ain't saying those words out on stage. He's just going.
We used to call them pig squeals.
Yeah, it's literally what it is. It's just a straight brie, and they would go.
You know who would do that? Was it Lamb of God?
Yeah, Lamb of God would do that. They still do that once in a while.
He was the guy with the patch on his back.
I think so. Maybe.
Was Lamb of God? I think he had that giant like hair patch. He had like a ponytail coming from his back.
I don't know that. I have not studied close enough to see if he had a ponytail hair
I look
patch.
for that in a band. What does
Yeah,
their back
just-
look like?
When you're tour, did you ever tour, right?
Not really a tour. Just like how you
bunch
do
of
like,
shows all
Yeah,
over
just
the
a bunch
place.
of shows up and down Florida.
Okay. Did you ever go full rock star?
You ever have a
Smash
rock
a
star
room,
more?
wrestle,
No.
Yeah, we
I never
have.
made it. Oh, you have?
Yeah, we have one of our shows. One of our guitarists no longer in the band. I think he broke a bed, jumping around.
Oh, I did that a bunch of times by weight, not by being a
No,
rock
but,
star.
like, no, this is we dearly beheaded. We
Being
played a
fat equals being a rock star. If you can break a bed, you're a rock star.
and when I was in Dearly Beheaded, we played at this place called the Pit off of Okeechobee, and the owner of the place would be rude and all this stuff. And like at a certain time, they would kick people out of the show, and it'd be 18 and up. But then they'd set up like these all age shows at like 10 o'clock. And they charge like $10, $15, and it'd be a packed show.
Oh, that was a lot back
and
then.
then she would start kicking people out from moshing. Which why would you book a deathcore or hardcore show? You didn't know there was moshing. And then at one point when we played at we got on at like 11:30, and we played a 45-minute set at like 12 o'clock. They started kicking out everybody 18 because apparently after 12 it becomes like kind of like a strip club, stuff like that. But like, first off, why are you like setting it up so close to have that type of effect? But needless to say, our band and the band after us, we broke the stage. We broke the stage, and how we did it is just because it was a
We're
wood
like,
stage.
we're gonna get this manager. Let's break his stage.
Yeah, we did. We were just jumping hard on the stage. It was a kind of a weak stage, so we would just jump, stomp our foot, and we ended up putting huge divots and cracks in it, and we actually put a hole through part of the stage.
Oh, that's a pretty
because
good
we got
idea.
pissed off because and the thing is they were not issuing refunds to all the kids that showed up to watch the show. So these kids are coming to see bands that they want to really see for like $10, $15, and they're like, no, you've been in here. It's like, I'm sorry if they're the band they wanted to see was past 12 o'clock. You should give them their their money back. And the funny thing is, to the point where they actually kicked out their security too. It was weird. It was a weird day that night.
What this is called the Pit?
Yeah, it's the Pit.
I never heard of this because the only thing I live down in Fort Lauderdale, so we were playing down there, and the furthest we would come is Pompano Indoor Skate Park. But I played Spanky's one time, and then Ray's downtown.
Spanky's, Ray's. I love playing Ray's. Rest in peace, Ray's.
And then the bigger venue, and I don't know how long ago this went out of business, was Ovation.
Yeah, oh God, I never got to play there. Got to watch a lot of good shows there.
Yeah, I never played there, but I saw when Thrice first came out. Thursday, Census Fail was a small band.
Back then.
Yeah, it was a super cool venue.
I saw Biohazard, Hatebreed, and Slayer there.
I see. I never seen Hatebreed. I think at the time
they're great.
I would be afraid to see Hatebreed back in the day.
Oh, I love it, man. It was a great show. Just don't go in the mosh pit unless you don't
Well,
want
that's
to
what
get
I'm
beat
talking
up.
about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. So what I'm going to ask you is, why did you say to me, I remember you talking to me when we first met, like, oh, I retired at playing guitar at 26 years old. What made you decide at 26 years old I was going to stop playing music?
He picked up photography.
I picked up
No.
photography.
And then all the chicks.
No, what it was is the real reason was I got into acoustic guitar and I started kind of recording my own stuff on my computer at the time, and I knocked over my acoustic and the neck broke, and that was pretty much it. I was like,
Oh, well,
retired.
nothing I can do.
that was a good career. I was like, that's how I went out. No, but it was like that Takamine I had was my favorite acoustic, and I felt like if I went and got another one, I'd be betraying my Takamine. It's still there. It's in my room, broken, and I want to throw it away, but I for some reason I can't throw it away.
You could probably
get
take
it
it to
fixed.
No,
Congress.
I took it. They said so. It's a one piece, and the neck shattered, but it started pulling back where the body started rising around the hole, around the sound hole.
So, like, peel it up or something?
Yeah, you would have to redo the whole. You might as well just buy a new guitar.
Well, now you can with all the money you've been making lately.
I'm broke.
You said,
Yeah, sure you are.
That's why I'm here.
yeah.
Do we get
no.
any compensation for this?
You pay us.
Oh, my car needs an oil change. I think I'm just going to trash it. Never going to drive again.
I was hoping someone. Does
It's out of gas. Gotta get a new
anybody
car.
here that's listening to this want to steal a car? You can steal mine.
I'm never going to use it again, you
Never
know?
gonna use it.
It'll be
can't
great.
betray
I
my-
can claim it. I can get a new car.
It needs to be
you'd
accidentally
be doing a huge
disappeared.
favor.
It has to be accidentally misplaced.
Yep, I'm gonna be at Walmart on job.
Keys will be in the ignition.
I won't look. I'll make sure there's no security cameras. I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. There's $100 in there for you as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and once
Buy it. Just get it.
And once the deal's done, I'll edit this podcast again to remove this section.
Yep. I'd be
And-
like, guys, my Mercedes got stolen.
Yeah, guys.
I'm so sad.
Oh no.
Now I just have to drive this dumb Lamborghini.
Okay. Segway.
Gonna segue like Paul Blart. If you're listening to this on Spotify, then go on to our YouTube channel and subscribe to us. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, then go to our Spotify and follow us. You know the whole spiel. You've heard it 2 times before. Back to Sam Keoki, photographer-in-law.
Way. So, you got into photography, my friend. You're in my passion, in my zone, what I do when I'm not doing music and working at my other job. How do you like it so far? How's it going?
I actually really love it. I actually like it more than I thought I would. When I first started, I was just doing it for fun. Like when I was traveling, I was
For
backpacking.
funsies.
Yeah, for funsies. And some of the pictures came out pretty good, and I was like, might be onto something.
This might make me money.
This
So,
is my
what do you
calling.
like so far when it comes to photography? What is your passion? Like, what do you like to lean more to when it comes to photography? What do you like to shoot?
I love
models.
TFP.
Oh, you love
Yeah,
TFP.
I love
Now, all right. There's so many things to say for it, but it's always free. But for me, it's either trade for print or time for print.
I thought it was time for print.
Trade for print. I did the one with that model, that rude model I did.
Oh, yeah.
And that was trade for print. I was supposed to get like merch. Like,
Can we say her name on here? Angel.
something like that. Either way, I was supposed to get like sunglasses that she was hawking that day. But that's like what I learned what like TFP stand for. But all I know is it's most of the time it is a waste of time.
I thought it was tigers for pay.
That's what I
I
originally
mean, if
thought
I
it
got
was.
a tiger every time I
would
had
do it.
Yeah, dude, straight up.
Yeah.
I could sell tigers.
I would.
Tiger meat,
I don't
man.
have a tiger kingdom.
I could sell tiger meat.
Oh.
What kind of meat?
Oh. Is PETA listen?
Uh-oh.
What is this? What is this audience limited to?
Oh, I don't know.
Turtles for
but
pay.
when it gets back to that TFP, I'm not a fan of it. I only use TFP now just to basically if I need to practice or if I need to absolutely put out some content because it's been a minute.
I have a pretty strong opinion on it, especially lately. Because at first I started to do my portfolio, and it
Yeah.
wasn't bad. And you meet some cool people, but then there is a handful that feel like they're entitled, and it's like a never-ending battle of who's right. Is it the photographer? Is it the model? And it just seemed over time, and I started to notice it more on the the TFP boards, that people are taking advantage of it. And, and I mean that in a way of saying, hey. I mean, I can't stand the word collaboration.
It's
like,
not
who wants to
collaboration.
collaborate? I was like, that's not collaboration. Like, I had stuff where it's like, hey, I'm shooting this product line, and we're going live on Amazon, and we're selling it for this, blah, blah, blah. Who wants to collaborate? To me, that's not TFP, because you're making money. You're getting photography for free when you should be paying for it.
Yeah.
And that seems to be, like, I just saw it this morning again. Someone says, hey, we're having, the sports fitness line here in Tampa, and we need a few photographers and a few models. This is a collaboration. No, you're wrong. That's not a collaboration. That's not TFP. That's you
Stealing. Time.
Yes, you're stealing.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
basically stealing.
it needs to evolve. Like all TFPs, I think need to evolve into a working relationship. Where both of you get money. Otherwise it's just what are you doing? You might as well just be taking selfies in the mirror.
Yeah, another thing when it is like, yeah, it's technically it's free, but it's sort of like you kind of like tipping a bartender. You kind of tip it for just like your time. I'm not asking you to pay what we normally charge.
Tip.
Like for me, it's like $200 for like 2 hours. But like, say if I make the time and effort, like $20,
Yeah.
$40, it'd
Gas
be cool.
money, man.
Yeah.
Gas money. Give me some food. I'm hungry. I need some food money.
Well, you start to realize how much you never lose out when you're building your portfolio, but you start to, realize the impact slowly in, I'm traveling to go there. I'm doing this. The time it takes to edit. I'm not a fast editor like Parker.
Yeah,
but,
I'm fast.
But I've had people like my priority. Yes, I understand it's like a business deal basically, and I've seen the arguments on the boards that, hey, I still spent my time modeling for you as much as the photographer said, hey, I took my time editing and taking photos for you. So I understand it on that
there.
point.
Yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
Models don't have to worry about going back and editing the photos and whatever.
They see it as a business still, like, hey, I still need my pictures for my portfolio too, or whatever they're trying to do. But when the models start to have attitude saying, hey, why is this not coming? Like, some expect it like, hey, when do I have this? In 2 days? Hey, what's taking it so long? And then meanwhile, paid gigs can come up. And to me, paid gigs,
Oh, they take precedence.
way before.
Priority.
Yeah.
And what if I just booked like 20 gigs in a row and just happened to be, I'm not saying it's not possible, but if that just happened in the meanwhile, that to me, that's priority. So sorry that you're free picker. That's why I just like at this point, I'd rather not have TFP because I feel like people
Especially when they abuse it, like when the models abuse it.
Oh, it's become extremely abused, and I feel like a lot of photographers notice. There's a lot of photographers we know that do it, and I don't want to say, hey, I feel like you shouldn't do it because it's none of my business. And there are still models I would be like, oh, I'm down to do a TFP, but not like before.
What I've noticed when it comes to with photography, because you would usually piggyback off of clients I did like for models for TFP, and I'd be fast, and they'd be happy. But then they take a review and they start like, it's taking forever. I'm like, well, we're two different type of photographers.
Yep.
Like, I'm more of keep the picture as is, color correct, and like make sure there's not any blemishes. You're basically gonna give it almost like a cinematography glossy sheen over it. You're gonna put more art in it, art into it. But that's how it is, and that's what you do is a fantastic work. And again, guys, follow him at samkeoki.com, and you can find him on Facebook and Instagram. Same with the same
Sam Keoki photo.
Yeah.
The way I started viewing it, because my edits are like, I've never been a fast editor since I've been doing this, because I try to like put a story into mine or create an atmosphere, which at that point I don't feel like it's really photography. It's more like graphic arts.
Digital art. You basically are making digital art. Like, what was it? Like that photo I keep ratting on you this morning that you showed me. That engagement photo that looks like a tragedy in the making.
That was just, but you told me it could be like a ghost, and then maybe get an idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if she would like that. She'd be pissed. Hey, it's my engagement photo. Oh, here's what could have been if he wasn't there.
Yes. Yes, and it's hilarious, but it's a very good picture, and you have a really good story with your photos, which I like about that. And you take a good amount of time, and you've actually gotten faster. Some of these other photographers that we run with, they complain about like, how are you getting all these gigs and all this stuff and like paid gigs? And we honestly tell them it's the things you got to do. It's like, you gotta be fast. You gotta promote. That's all you gotta do. Be fast and promote. Stay in the public's eye. Like this one photographer we know, she takes for a photo shoot that we shared about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, she finally finished it up. And like, you can't take 60 days to develop and do pictures if you want to get good gigs. If you want to get good paying gigs, because you shouldn't take more than, honestly, a week. Honestly, a week and a half, 2 weeks if it's a fuck ton of pictures. But
I mean, I disagree. Well, if it's a pay gig, that should be like, you should probably be done
in a few days.
Days. But if it's just like you're saying, T for P,
But no, when it gets to that though, I'm sorry, like, you got to even show a little bit, even with your TFP, that you're fast, because you know what? That's word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth is the best advertisement.
Word of mouth. If you do these pictures and it's still, even if it's free, but it takes like a month and a half, and then when their friend is asking for a photographer, and they ask you about your pictures, they're gonna be like, yeah, they're great, but they also took 2 months to do. Then that can actually be a detriment. And that's the thing, is that's why when I do my photography, I just like to just get back home and immediately start editing, because I don't want to ever be built up to that point where it's going to take weeks and weeks and weeks. That's the reason why I knock out my edits. And I'll tell you straight up, guys, it's like, I'm not going to put like a very like heavy edits. I like my humans and my composition to be as is, and I like to make it as is in photo. And I'll do the color corrections, I'll do the blemish remover, I'll smooth the skin if it needs to be smooth skin, but I'm not going to make it to the point where it looks like they ripped out the model or the person in it and replaced it with some digital art. That's just not me. That's just not how I do it.
Yeah, Sam.
Me? My stuff's original. No, I think the problem with mine is that, and a lot of people say this that do photography, is like, I take way too many pictures. And what happens, I take
machine gunning it.
Yeah, I take it. And then I'm like, hey, you can go, like, the client wants to see their photos, so I send them a raw version. And if a normal photographer takes 50 to 100 and I'm taking 400 or 500, I give them, hey, pick what you want. Yeah, pick what you want and let me know. And it ends up being like 70 pictures they pick. Obviously, it's going to take a lot longer to do, especially like one where I'm going to go full out, make it like the storyline. There was a model I had, and she's the only model that ever called me out. She didn't call me out in like public.
The model with a Z?
Yes. And yeah, she's like, this is ridiculous. I've been waiting this. So what I did is I made 3 really intense photos, like full on Photoshop, but I took 200 pictures. A lot of them were the same, but she didn't select individual ones. She just like, okay, yeah, I like them. She thought I was going to Photoshop all 200 photos. No way. Especially for a TFP, because the 2 or 3 that I submitted to her, I mean, I gave her all the photos to keep anyways, but she wanted everything Photoshopped. And Photoshop could take a couple hours
Yeah,
for a
like,
picture, especially
now-
what I try to do.
When you get that way, I mean, the model at that point is like the paint to the canvas. You know,
Yes.
you pick the paint you want, but you ain't gonna get.
For me, now for me to do a photo, it takes me now 20, 30 minutes per photo. Now try to add 200 photos. That's still a long
Yeah,
time.
it's a
And
long
with
time.
you do it, you take about an hour or so, technically with a picture. So that's like almost 200 hours worth of time. Do you want to pay that?
Well, I've done a couple where like that one I recently did of Sav where she's floating in the water. I did that full edit. It took me an hour, and then I didn't like it, so I started over.
Yeah.
And to get what I got, I mean that like I like to create stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it for 200 photos.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
like,
no.
And that's why you got to make a preface it. Like what I do is you get 10 pictures. And like if and I'll show them all 200, I'll show them all the stuff, but pick the 10 you like.
That's
'Cause
what I
that's
do.
all you get. 10.
Yeah, no, that's
Exactly what I do.
That's
And
the problem with me.
nowadays, that's how I used to do it. Nowadays, I literally go and do it myself. I will just edit the pictures I'm not going to do. I'm like, all right, they look the same. That one's a little blur. That one looks like she's about to fart. That one, she closed her eyes. That one,
those ones
her
all the
chin
time.
looks like it's like I just do it down to the point, and then I just literally choose the photos I want, and then here they go. I stop just showing them all because then when they see it all, they're just going to want it all.
That's true. Like when I had the couple hundred, what I do is when I upload them, say pick the ones you like. I usually explain to them like, hey, I'm gonna take a couple hundred photos. No matter how much I try to do low amount like photo count, I still
ends
do a
up
lot.
not.
I still do a lot.
I try to only take about 40 nowadays.
No, I'm like
40
2
to
to
100.
300.
300 at least. For the
Yeah.
last two shoots I did, I have like 300 photos. That's a problem. I need to like edit them down, not edit them, but like just choose the ones.
Yeah,
that I
just be
want.
precise on the shooting because I might like this angle and I might like it at a wider angle. So I take multiple shots. But what I tell the client is that, hey, I'm probably gonna take a couple hundred photos.
Yeah.
I personally don't care. I'll delete the blurry and the
That's
overexposed,
the easiest
underexposed.
ones.
But I'll give you all the photos. But out of the couple hundred that are there, you can keep them all you want.
Yeah.
But there's about 10 or 12 that I'll edit, and you
Yes.
can pick the 10 or 12.
Any more than that, and I'm gonna have to charge you an edit.
Yeah.
Like-
Sometimes I
And
get feel kind of bad about the price, but
No, you can't.
yeah, that's what someone else said.
Like for every like photo, it should be like $20 for every photo. Every extra photo should be $20.
In that case, I'm gonna take 600 photos every photo shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean like you know what, and you know what? If they want all 600, all right, for every
$12,000.
after 100,
bulk
after like
deal.
10 photos, $20 per an extra photo.
I've done a couple of photos where I didn't even do the photos. People just sent me the images, say, "Can you edit this?" So I go by hourly.
My thing is, what annoys me is setting up a photo shoot that is paid and not paid, and them just canceling that day.
Oh, I haven't had that yet.
Yeah, it's annoying. 'Cause
Oh, yes, I have. I have had that.
I hate it because I've actually lost good gigs because of it.
Oh, I lost one. There was 2 that really pissed me off. I won't say how much, because if I say how much and they listen, they're gonna know it's them.
Yeah.
But it was a good amount of money, and I thought the whole time that it was good to go. And that week, the client hasn't paid. They're gonna do their own thing. Blah blah. And I was like, wow, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's why
why-
you should take 50% up
See,
front.
this
up
like
front.
this is why I'm getting like some of the things I'm doing. Like some of people I know, they ask me about doing photos and all this stuff. They're all down and all this stuff, and they're like for engagements, and I give them a cheap price, $200. Boom.
See, I
And
think
then-
engagement should be like 300.
Yeah, and it's cheap price. I'm not trying to be super expensive right now because I'm trying to put my foot door in the thing. And they're like, "Oh, great, great, great!" And then I don't hear from them like for a week and a half. And I'm like, "Hey, doing this? Oh yeah, we just got my friend to take pictures. He's gonna take pictures." I'm like, "All right,
Darn you.
have good." And then I look at the
Steve
pictures,
Jobs.
and they look like iPhone pictures.
I see. There's some people that could do really good iPhone pictures, but I would say majority of them, you could tell it's iPhone.
I mean, I'm good taking iPhone pictures when it comes with when it comes to like
Sunsets.
scenery,
Yeah.
sunsets. But when it comes to people, you got to have a camera. What do you think makes the photo? Is it the camera body or the lens?
Oh, lens for sure, 100%.
How many lenses do you have right now?
I have 5, and they're all really nice lenses.
Yes.
I decided to go all out on the lenses and not so much on the body. I mean, obviously, to me, having the full frame and having the nice camera is always nice, but the camera is gonna go. I think
Yeah.
the lens will be forever. I mean, unless you
Unless
don't
you
take
drop
care,
it.
yeah, or something
Like
like
you
that.
get a scratch, which I take care of mine straight up.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I just bought that.
that
Was
case.
it Nanook? Is it Nanik?
Yeah, the neck. Yeah.
Nanik. I love it. And
It
I
looks
felt
fucking fantastic. I want to get one of these days.
it's so good. The minute I came out, I'd never been so excited about a case before. It's like, yes, I can't wait to get
That's
this
how you know
case.
you're an adult. You're excited for cases.
Yep, and I feel like the lens, 100% is all of it.
Now, what do you recommend lens-wise? Brand.
I shoot a 24 to 70 2.8 from Nikon the most.
Nice.
I feel like that's the best.
That's your heavy hitter. That's your workhorse.
That's my everything. But I also feel like a prime lens is better. I don't want to say better than a zoom lens.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's just a huge piece of glass when it's prime, and it doesn't have all the mechanics in it to where it needs to zoom in and out. So I feel like you just have the pristine, the prestige glass.
When I think about that, I love the zoom lens. I have an 18 to 200 millimeter lens. I love it, but I think that's the one thing that I want from a prime lens is it's the lack of choice. It's like you get this millimeter lens, you take it. You take it. This is what you're shooting with. Get creative with that. To me, having like the big zoom range can almost be a little bit like daunting, It's like, do I take full advantage of this and take multiple different photos at different focal lengths or whatever? So I think having that prime kind of gets you more in the moment and less of thinking about the mechanics of it.
When you choose a prime, I feel like you know what you're doing right there. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm going in with this 35 because it's going to give me this much. I know where I'll be in the shot and what I'm going to capture in it. I think a zoom, it can be like, okay, it looks good at 24. It's wide. They got the whole entire scenery in it. But at the same time, I could zoom in and just get them. When I did my gig, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I know I should have used the prime. But the 24/7 was my choice because I could do so much more.
Yeah.
And it was still really nice. But to go into like a 35 1.4 should have been probably what I should have been using.
When it comes from me, I like, since I work with a crop sensor Canon Rebel T6, which is still basically a good DSLR beginner camera, but I've made some magic with that. And what I like about it is like with these lenses, you got to really finagle away. You got to MacGyver your way into making really good pictures. And I've not only have I done that, but also on top of just doing night photography. That's like what I started off doing, which I've done some really good stuff with it. But it's good, man. These lenses, man, they really make you practice. They really make you work because anybody can press a button. It's just what you do, what you make in that picture. It has to show. It has to put some emotion in with it.
About the moment,
baby.
It's. I think a good photographer is someone that can capture the moment from what they're seeing, what they're thinking. Rather than just say, "Hey, I snapped a picture." I don't hate on any photographer. Except one, I won't say who she is. You guys wouldn't know her. But when she started doing photography and she just has such a bad attitude, she's a bitch. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll just be sure she's a bitch. And I would mock her and I would say, she's not a photographer. She's just someone with a camera.
Yeah, true.
And,
I mean, we also have the ones who would give us critiques without even ever complimenting us.
Yeah.
I think I know who.
Yeah, we all know who it is.
But stuff like that. I mean, I'm always down for help. And the one thing I don't like what other photographers do, they like to hoard their locations. I'm a person who likes to share the wealth. Like, if you want to go to a place I go that's pretty badass with photography, go. Because I hate these people. Oh, it's a secret. It's my spot. It's my secret spot. I mean, that's kind of asshole thing to do.
Oh, I haven't come across that.
Oh, I have. Like,
really?
they don't. There's people like do not want to tell you where they're at. It's sort of like musicians. Like, I had a musician. He did these sweeping patterns. I'm like, hey, can you show me that? Oh no, I don't want you to steal my music. I'm like, dude, I just want to try to play that because it looks cool. I'm not gonna steal your shit. I just want to see how I would do it. But like, there's some people who are like covered spots, like that they don't want to show anybody because they just want to be the only one to be able to be there. And it's annoying,
I didn't know
man.
about that. I haven't come across that.
No, I mean, even the other day I did a shoot at downtown Del Rey, which at almost the same places that we went with Jared, So good spaces don't go bad unless they obviously bulldoze, like rip the hotel.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. They should let us explore one more time. But I think
You should have gone there. Like, I went there twice. I don't know how many times you went there.
I've only went once, but I saw Beard.
Twice.
I think Beard still recorded a video there. And I think it was there.
Yeah,
still.
it was there. He went to the side building. There was two buildings, remember?
The auditorium or like the actual?
No,
different side?
there's a building to the far
Okay,
right that was
okay.
off by itself, which was cool, and it had like it looked like someone spray painted salad fingers on there. It was pretty
See,
cool.
I didn't get to see that side one. I only saw the main
It's like
part.
a 2-story building on its own.
That
I had a
means-
lot of artwork on it.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, there must be nothing left because now it's been a week or two.
Yeah, it's probably down.
Well, I'm
that's-
so glad because well, we basically are some of the last few people to document it.
Yeah, but there's places like in Miami, there's an abandoned insane asylum that's like pristine. Like it's not open up or ripped open. Like there's pictures of like flat out seats and all this stuff. It just looks like one day they up and just left and just closed the doors. But you go in there and it's another place I want to explore. There's also an abandoned campground up north that I want to check out.
Oh man, ghost kids, that's the worst.
Yes.
So what do you do in your free time? What do you like watching?
I actually don't watch sports.
Sports.
Sports?
Yes.
What do you
We're
think
all
about
sports.
wrestling?
Oh man, my dream to have my own wrestling company. I'm gonna be like that Dom Fasano or Fasalo.
Dom the Min-
Fabio? No, Dom.
No, Fasato. Dom Soprano. That's
Dom-
his name. Dom Soprano.
Donkey Kong?
Dom Fasolo.
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 that-
Yeah, Dom Fasolo.
Dom Fasolo.
I love that dude.
In Acreage Wrestling. I actually watched their stuff.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. If you want to watch some great backyard wrestling, just the boys wrestling on a trampoline, which I think that's a great touch. The trampoline keeps it interesting.
I kind of, they actually have a pretty, I mean, I don't know the exact roster and everything like that, but I was kind of like, damn, they have a lot of people doing it. It's not just like 2 or 3 guys.
No, it's like an
Yeah.
entire like wrestling roster of different people.
Yep.
Pretty good, actually. It's not bad. I'm not
some
going to
of
lie.
them, some of them I can tell it's like a different dude in a same dude in a different costume, but even like the gimmicks
is it?
are really cool.
Oh, you just spoiled it.
Shh. I mean, never mind. I'm gonna cut that out.
I thought the roster was huge.
No. It is. It's huge. It's amazing.
It's huge.
I'm about to
Huge.
start my own
Massive.
rival franchise, Royal Palm Wrestling.
Go.
Get with
Yeah,
it.
against the Acreage.
Okay. We're gonna, and then we'll have to have like our own Hell
ECW
in a Cell.
versus WWF over
Yeah,
here.
I gotta think of my name. I gotta think of a cool name. Is Dom's name Dom? Is that his real?
Yeah,
So he's just Dom is Dom.
Yeah, he's
Dom,
Dom.
is Dom Fasolo.
Okay, so he
He
doesn't
should be
have
the Samoan.
No, mine's gonna be the virus.
The virus.
Yeah, the virus from Royal Palm.
We are the virus.
The Royal Rona.
Yeah. Oh,
The Royal Rona,
I think
baby.
back in the day when I used to love wrestling back in '99 when Sting and then NWO and then you had Rock versus Stone Cold and all that the whole time. Me and my friends were obsessed with it, and we used to do backyard pool wrestling. So we were kind of like Dom. It said it looks like. I mean, I don't know Dom, but it looks like Dom just kind of stuck with it for the past 20 years.
Yeah. Hey,
How
I
old
mean,
is he?
hey,
I don't know.
He's having fun. That's all that matters.
Honestly, and it's great content. Please
Wrestling
watch
on a
it
trampoline. I
on
mean, come on.
YouTube.
Is there any way we can get Dom back on here and I can have like a script?
Like a promo, just
Yeah,
gonna
like a
promo,
promo.
out promo each other.
If Dom,
Just a solid hour of out promoing each other.
I watched him wrestle. I mean,
It's great stuff.
I watch it. It's funny because it's like, why am I watching this? But then it's like, why would I ever turn it off?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I can't look away.
Yeah. And Sav gets mad. Oh, you're always watching that Acreage Wrestling. You got Acreage Wrestling shirt.
Hey, I'm having
where
fun.
where are the Acreage Wrestling
Yeah,
shirts?
where's
Yeah, where's our merch? Damn it!
Yeah.
We put you on the show.
I got a
Dom.
steel chair at my house. I wonder if they'll.
Send it.
Let's
sign
see.
it.
Let's see how fake this is.
Honestly,
Wonder if-
okay. What if? Okay, we're 3 photographers here. Let's fucking record them.
Yeah, fuck it. Like
Let's
give them a
record a
legit
freaking
record,
episode.
like a legit recording episode.
I'm waiting for the trampoline to break. Like, who is gonna get slammed through there
So
and break?
hard, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
I'm waiting for that episode. Remember when I
I've
guess
seen a kid break their leg on a trampoline.
I'm afraid of trampolines.
Yeah,
oh yeah no.
I'm scared of them.
Yeah.
As a
Our robustness.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly through one coming down. That's why they're like, why don't you jump higher? I was like, because if I come down, I'm going straight through the whole entire.
So yeah.
I'm going through the mantle.
So real quick, what do you think about your Philadelphia Eagles right now?
suck.
I
know
can't
they-
believe.
You know what they need to take away from football because it annoys the piss out of me.
Because
Ties.
it annoys you.
I hate ties.
I don't think there's a reason for ties.
It's come on, Parker. Just because he's not here right now doesn't mean you can talk
Yeah,
shit.
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Fuck ties.
Anyways, back to football.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
don't
hate
need no
'em.
ties.
I hate ties. You should go to like just a sudden death like kick.
Yeah.
Like do something. Man. Like, take away the ties.
doesn't college do that? They
Football,
go
man.
until I don't think there's ties in college.
They
No,
need
there's. I think they do a sudden kick, sudden death thing.
They,
I have
need
to
to
look
they
it
should
up.
do that.
and just go into a big fight. Last one standing.
Oh, strongest team wins.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
exactly.
Yeah, only strong
Yeah.
survive. That's what it should be. The Dolphins get crushed then.
Only
man.
the
They're doing
weak
so
die
well.
young, as the Billy Joel song said.
But Sam, man, again, give us your socials real quick so everybody could.
Social security number.
So and my number is 57. No, you can, Instagram at Sam Keoki Photo. You can check me out at samkeoki.com and follow me on Facebook as well at Sam Keoki Photo, I think. Photography.
You should know your own socials by now, sir.
I know the other two.
Yeah. But Sam, man, it has been a pleasure talking to you, man.
was
Talking
fun.
about music, talking about photography, and just flat out just chilling the shit. Next week we're gonna be interviewing Sammy Joe from Honey Void.
Ooh, I love Sammy Joe. That Icarus song.
Oh yeah, Icarus.
Icarus, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's how you say Icarus.
Oh, I
Icarus.
have 100 plays on it. So and I told Sammy Joe, I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I listened to that song like 100 times.
It's so good.
It's a good song.
And Time is also amazing.
I think I've listened to that too. I listened to a few songs, but that one particular song I've listened to like 100 times.
It's in my Spotify liked playlist, and like every time it comes on, I'm like, yeah, go on.
I'm like, should I change it? It was like, and then I hear her singing. I'm like,
no, I love this.
The one thing, a little behind the scenes thing, when I sent you all the questions before the show, which we inevitably didn't use most of them at all because we were just doing the shit and having fun, I noticed something. You started answering the questions, putting answers in them. Apparently, when you did that, it sends it back to me. So I got all your answers.
Oh, I answered a couple, and then I realized I couldn't read. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna let him ask it. I can't read.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is really being asked.
No, you could have read them, but it's just like I noticed, like, wait, I only wrote questions. Why are there answers right now? What the fuck?
Sam, you're gonna say this when I say this, and you're gonna answer exactly
You guys know I'm a
the same way.
T1000.
Yeah. But again, guys, this is the Rockenstein Metal Show Music Hour. Glenn will dub whatever the right one is.
No, I won't.
Can we finish this and synchronize Hein?
Your soul belong to Jesus. Get your asses mine. Big guys. Synchronize. Alright, guys.
It's been a pleasure, and we'll see y'all next week with Honey Boy Sammy Joe. Till then, peace out.
Peace out. Later.